motherfucking tations. And welcome back. And may I say, woo! It's a pleasure to be back. The Balls is back. Podcast, that is. You already know what time it is. We everywhere. Sleeves the hustle in the building, man. All day long. Good brother, the militant one. Staf over here, a.k.a. Brother Byron. You know what we doing out here. My man over here in the Flyers, Philly, Broad Street, Black and Orange Edition, Podcast Balls joint. You see how we getting it popping? Tyree, a.k.a. the good brother Skyree.
4.
All day long, dread on the lens, panning with the Podcast Balls, Philly type time we going on, olive ball shit. Listen, man, it's good to be back. We was off for a little bit. First and foremost, we got toast up for Staf right now. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, everywhere. You know what I'm saying?
My speedy recovery.
Exactly. He recovered from some, and that's that. And he's back. And we happy to have him back. You dig? And that's how that go. My arm.
Might as well start off with that shit.
You know what I'm saying? Speaking of that, yes, man.
So I had COVID. So I was out for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want it.
Talk about it.
Yeah, I
You
say
don't.
that. You don't want
I'm
it.
pretty sure you don't.
Yeah, I mean, for me,
Did you have to seek medical attention?
no.
Okay.
But I was still fucked up though. Like, so, all right. So what happened was, and I was that guy too, man. Oh, it's messed up. So I was out with the family. It was Saturday, and it was cold. I got back in the house. I was feeling tired. I was like, well, I've been ripping and running outside in the cold all day. Sometimes that happens. You know what I mean? You know. Then the next day I had a fever, and then that fever just kind of lasted that whole week.
Wow.
Right? So, you know, my wife's a nurse. She had some at-home test kits for COVID. So I took a couple of those, 2 or 3 of them, and they kept coming up negative. So I was like, all right, well, at least I don't have COVID. I got some kind of little bug going on, but it's not COVID. Then, you know, I went to work. Yikes. I didn't know. My test kept coming back negative, right? So now I'm that guy, right? All that work around everybody. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? All on the keyboard. Everybody was coming behind me on the keyboard. Right? COVID hotspot now, right? So went to work. Still had this fever off and on. I was taking Tylenol to keep my fever down. Got back home. This is week 2 now, and I still have this fever. So we're like, well, what is going on? You know what I mean? And then the second week, I woke up one day and my fever was like 102 point something high. It was like higher than it had been before, but it was pretty high. And I was like, all right, we're gonna
You
take
woke up feeling super hot.
Yeah, let's take another test. Feeling hot, and my eyes hurt.
Wow.
Right? And my brother-in-law had COVID, and he said, yo, my eyes was hurting like crazy. And I'm like,
And what kind of eye hurt?
like a soreness in the back of your eye. You know what I
Wow.
mean? It's kind of like that's where that tendon is. That
Okay.
goes on. So it was sore and it was hurting, and I'm like, yo, I feel like I had some kind of crazy eye strain or something. But I just woke up. I ain't been staring at no screens or anything like that, and reading in the dark.
Didn't
you know?
have any night terrors that would
No,
precipitate
right,
your
yeah.
eyes
So
to
I'm like,
bug
ah
out.
man. Then I had this high fever. My back was a little sore, so she was like, let's take another test. I took the test, and she just turned and looked at me and shook her head. Damn, COVID. So I think what
The
happened,
vid.
the vid, right? I think what happened was the week prior, I think I had it, but I kept getting false negatives, if that's the thing. You know what I mean? And it was like, it just took a while before it actually showed up on the test. So then, you know, had that, dealt with that and that crazy fever. And having a fever for a prolonged time starts to take its toll on you. Like I started
Yeah, I
getting,
ain't never heard of that. Like that shit is crazy. You had it like for a week and a half, damn near. Like,
yeah, 2 weeks, yeah. And I started
bro.
getting like a little confused and disoriented, I guess because your brain is cooking.
Yeah.
You know what I
Right.
mean?
It's a
So-
slow simmer.
Yeah.
Some roasted pork type
Yeah, it's
thing.
like, you know, I would get up to do something and then I couldn't remember what I was trying to do, and I was like, oh man, this ain't no good.